Good morning. It's turned out nice again. How's it going, guys? You all right? It is. It's a nice day, nice and blue sky. It's the morning after the day before, isn't it? Just want to give some quick shout outs first to those of you that supported the stream yesterday. Jen, Mike Smith, Robert Smith, James Waggett, also David Coleman and Paul Walford. Thank you for that, guys. Super thanks yesterday on the videos. We had Lee Green, have a coffee. We had Chris Kelsey as well. Thank you. Lands for Sale, Rose Elliott. And I think I may have done these ones, but I'll just mention them again. Vex Gaming, Jen, Dave81LFC. So, thank you, guys. I do appreciate the love. I really do. I need it this morning. Hey, I'm sleeping better, by the way. I swapped my coffee for decaffeinated coffee, which kind of defeats the object, I think. But even though I was only having one coffee in the morning, normal stuff, I was still waking up really early. At the moment, that's not happening since I've swapped. Anyway, I just thought to tell you that, you need to know these things. I feel a bit deflated today, obviously, after that game last night. I feel like everything's just come crashing down. That's what I feel like. We've crashed out of every competition worth winning. We've got a manager that's leaving us. People are underwhelmed with whom the next manager may be. But it could turn out to be, fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say. We've got players that we're probably being patient with that don't deserve the patience, but it's our mantra, isn't it, to support. But there are certain players in that team that, I don't know, they should be doing better. You know what I mean? And that's not based on one game. Even after a game which we win, certain individuals may be picked out for maybe certain chances they've missed or whatever. And you know what I mean? So you know what I'm talking about. It's just very frustrating because you can talk about what a player contributes to the team in general and the amount of goals they've already scored, but then if they scored the ones that they missed and the players like Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, Ian Rush, Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez would have buried 9 times out of 10, could you imagine how good they would be and how different our season would be? Go away, please. Not in the mood for you this morning. Not yet. Down. Thank you. Just talking to the wife there. Not really. I was going to say something else then, but no. So yeah, very frustrating. And there are key personnel in the squad that you wonder whether they're going to be at Liverpool next season. And I've got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit squeaky bum about the summer. Not next season, about the summer. And what I mean by that is when your life is Liverpool Football Club, like from the minute you get up in the morning to the minute you go to sleep, when things are going right, it's amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing. But when things are going wrong, it's awful. And you don't want to be a part of that. And I'm worried that it's going to be like that this summer. Do you know what I mean? Are you going to start itching your ear? He's always walking away. Go on, keep walking. Go on, keep going. Keep going. I shouldn't have said anything because he stopped and he's vibing me out now. Yeah, when the mood's pretty rough, it's not much fun. But who knows? I don't know. I was thinking about this today. I was like, don't make a video being all negative, Dunk. Do you know what I mean? Don't make a video being all negative. But then it's like, I think people would understand, why you might not have much enthusiasm today, because we don't know what's going to happen in the summer. We don't know if, we'll keep the better players. Maybe certain players might become better next season. Maybe, if this manager, head coach, whatever comes in, maybe do a really good job. But it goes back to the ownership, and you just think that I see a team that you think needs a bit of investment, and I feel like we say this every fucking year. And now Jurgen Klopp's going, where does that leave us? Do you know what I mean? And will this guy, Arne Slot, will he have the pulling power that someone like Jurgen had? Do you know what I mean? Potentially, it could be a really miserable season. But I've said that for a few weeks. I said that even if, Ruben Amorim had come in or Alonso or whatever, I'd have thought that. Do you know what? Some plank on here yesterday, right? Left a comment. Can't remember his name because I fucking kicked him off within a split second. He said something like, you've got a selective memory. You said 100% Ruben Amorim was going to be appointed Liverpool manager. I never said such a fucking thing. I hate people like that. I really do hate people like that. Can you imagine them kind of people if you were up in court being accused of something and they were a witness on the street? Yeah, it was definitely him. Definitely. I cannot stand people like that. Do you know what I mean? And I was looking at all the comments yesterday. There was some amazing comments yesterday. Go and have a look at them. Really good. Because I said that I thought that myself and you, the community, collectively, we've got it all right, I think, as we've gone through this period since January with the speculation concerning what we think, see that word there, think is happening behind the scenes. And then you get some plank like that. Do you know what I mean? I saw his profile picture. He looked thick as pig shit, to be honest with you. But one thing we don't do around here is state facts. Not very often. So today, what we're going to do today, well, we're obviously going to be talking about Arne Slot. The latest on that, I've seen some stuff overnight, so I'll touch on that in a minute. I would imagine we will do a live stream today. I don't know if that'll be this afternoon or this evening. Probably this evening, actually. When I've down tools in an afternoon at the moment, I'm kind of like jumping on the Xbox for an hour just to like chill a little bit. But I'm also toying with the idea of doing like a 3 o'clock stream and maybe an 8 o'clock stream, something like that. Like 2 streams or something. I don't know what to do. When this managerial stuff dies down, I think it'll be dead fucking quiet again, honestly, I do. Lots of people watching my videos at the moment, but when all that drama, goes away, I think then we'll be left back with the hardcore of people that watch the vids and stuff, I don't know. I just feel a bit meh today, and I think that's understandable. I'm sure you're feeling the same as me. Part of me thinks, like, did they really need to make that Jurgen Klopp announcement when they did? The timing at the time, it just, I remember us saying, like, what the fuck, so we assumed that this was because we were going to start seeing speculation about Liverpool approaching people. But the way things have actually gone, considering it's now almost the end of April, and we've only really seen intense speculation. I mean, I guess Alonso was linked with us and stuff, but we would never have heard anything about Alonso and Liverpool, I don't think, if we were actively looking for a manager. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Liverpool could have continued to, do due diligence and stuff in the background. But we've only really seen the club come out over the Arne Slot stuff, which they've obviously leaked, right? And that's only just happened. So when you think of it like that, did they really need to announce it all back in January? I think it was the very end of January. It was the 27th, around there. because I can't help but think that since that news came out, that the mood changed. I mean, it changed amongst us, the supporters, and the players are only human beings. You know, they think the same as us. And, you know, they'll be like, who's going to come in? Is my future here? Is my mate leaving? Will the new manager want me? Etc., etc. And maybe they had no choice but to announce it, right? Maybe we're just looking for someone to beat up today because of the game last night. But it's not just the game last night, is it? That was just like the final nail in the coffin, innit? But it just makes me think, like, you know, it's not like they were appointing a manager in February. Liverpool have been very quiet with what they're doing. But I guess if you think about it, really, when we were sniffing around Alonso, maybe there would have been journalists in Germany coming out saying Liverpool was sniffing around Alonso, and we'd have all been like, what's that all about? So maybe they had, I don't know. I feel like they rushed it out because they thought something was going to come out. Because if you remember rightly, I think that they'd sat on that Jurgen Klopp interview, do you remember, for 11 days. Was it 11 days? And then they've gone with it at that point. Very strange. Jurgen Klopp said, was it yesterday or the day before, actually, something about, to the supporters, you know, or to you, the media, or whatever, Liverpool is, you know, I can't remember his exact quote, but it was along the lines of, you know, you watch the game for an hour and a half, whatever, you know what I mean, a couple of hours, and then you go home back to your lives and do whatever. But that's not the case as Liverpool manager or whatever. It's Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. And people don't understand that, and that it can become a bit tiring or it can become a bit exhausting. I am a Liverpool manager, right? But I do deal with Liverpool stuff all the time, and people never understand me when I say that. They're like, it's a dream thing. How could you not? How could you be fed up when you're doing the Liverpool stuff? Or I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm like, yeah, but you go to work or you go to college, or you know, you might not read about Liverpool for a day or two. So I don't know. And people have never understood it. And I saw when Jurgen said that, and I thought, yeah, and imagine the stress and the pressure that he's going through in that industry. So you can understand why he's completely fucking whacked. I mean, I was looking at him last night a few times, and I just thought, I don't know if you think this, and maybe it's unfair, but it just looks like a man that's like, he just looks broken to me. He just looks like, I don't know, did you see that bit last night where he was getting a bit something off his sleeve on his jacket, on his coat? Did you see that? And he was like, the camera was zoomed right in, and he was like, I was looking at him, I thought he's in another world, he's there. He's like, and then he went, yeah, what's going on? I don't know, I'm not digging at the boss at all. I can just understand it. But I've got this feeling, guys, that, and I don't want to be negative, I really don't, but FSG absolutely have been so fortunate to have Jurgen Klopp, and I just get the feeling that it could completely implode now for them. And there's part of me that wishes it would, so they'd fuck off. You know, we can make videos or have opinions saying that, sorry, I've got a message. +62. +62, what international code is +62? Some scammy bastard. Hola, puedo hablar contigo. So basically they want to speak with me, but +62, so it's obviously a scammer. +62, let's see who +62 is. It's going to be one of them dodgy countries, isn't it? Like Wales or something. International code, let's have a look. +62. Indonesia. Why would someone in Indonesia be speaking Spanish to me? Hola, puedo hablar contigo. No, block. Get the fuck out, I'm not in the mood for your shit. Could be someone I don't know. In Indonesia. couldn't even point Indonesia out on a map. It's over there somewhere, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sure there's some very nice people out there. What was I saying? Something to do with Liverpool imploding. That's what I was saying. We can say things like, well, we don't want a manager that's greedy. We don't want, you know, to be paying this and that, blah, blah, blah. If you think about it, if they appoint Arne Slot, it's a way cheaper option, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, he would want new players for his formation and system, right? That's investment. There would be a significant release fee to pay Sporting, a high salary, signing on fee and everything, but I would still express caution about that because we don't know how true that is. And if you're wanting to get the fans on the side, it's really good to make someone sound greedy, isn't it? Whereas Arne Slot, you just get the impression, you know, and with, who is it, Buggerlugs, Amorim, yeah, he sounds like someone that wants, you know, to have quite a bit of control. And then you've got Arne Slot that Liverpool fans are now like, I really want this guy, he's desperate to manage Liverpool. What a hero. Do you know what I mean? He loves the club. I think back to when George Schmadtke was, given the opportunity to come out of retirement. He couldn't believe his fucking luck, could he? Arne Slot seeing an opportunity to step up. Probably won't, you know, demand this signing and that signing. Got the system and the players that he can work with, willing to work as a head coach maybe. It's a very easy and cheap appointment. Do you know what I mean? It might be a good appointment. It might turn out to be the best thing ever, and we might look back going, fucking hell, you know, he's turned out to be brilliant. But it might not as well. We don't know. We could have appointed Amorim or Alonso. It could have been a disaster. Who knows? Pedro the Parrot's quiet, isn't he? He stopped squawking. Kind of miss him, to be honest. Pedro Sepulveda. Yeah. I'd never heard of him before, had you? Anyway, FSG doing stuff on the cheap. But the thing is, I'm looking at my wall out there, and it could do with a bit of paint on. Now, a guy could come along and say, you know, very experienced painter and decorator, maybe done it for 20 years, something like that. I'll do it for you, don't. It's 500. Or you could have a rookie painter and decorator, comes along and says, I'd love an opportunity to show you that I can do it. He's 150. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to go for the proven experience, who could still make a fucking mess of it? Or are you going to go with the rookie and go, all right, give you a chance. Give you a chance. And if he doesn't do a good job, get rid of him, don't you? And then you get someone else in to finish the job. Costs you a lot more in the long run. So sometimes it's better to just, you know, get the experience. But the thing is Ruben Amorim and Xabi Alonso, for example, really experienced anyway. And this guy, Arne Slot, I'm sick of his surname already, I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason I'm sick of his surname already is the amount of you fuckers that keep leaving comments on my videos saying he'll slot right in. Oh, God, sick of hearing that. You know what I think? Shall I tell you? I think Alonso was first choice for FSG. Things changed. Michael Edwards came in and Ruben Amorim became first choice. Then. And I actually think, and you might not be with me with this, I think they would have gone for Nagelsmann next at third. I don't believe this chap, Arne Slot, was ever the preferred option. I'll never believe it in a million years. But he might be all right. He might be all right. Anyway, he hasn't even done anything, has he, poor fucker? But you can understand why people are, you know, Not buzzing about it. It's just that our club always tries to find players that are maybe not at the top yet to save a bit of money, and managers that are maybe not at the top yet. I mean, people said, someone left a comment yesterday saying, well, Jurgen Klopp had power. He was a powerful person, because I'd spoke about managers that they don't want powerful people, I think, in charge. They wouldn't appoint, a Mourinho or a Zidane. And someone said, Jurgen Klopp's power. He said, yeah, how long has he been at the fucking club? Do you know what I mean? Like, when he first came in, he wasn't. Jurgen was, similar to Slot probably, very humbled and had an opportunity to manage one of the most famous football clubs in the world, and came in and agreed with the conditions that were presented to him, which is what Slot would do. I don't think Jurgen would have sat down during those negotiations and gone, well, actually, I want this and I want that. I think he'd have been like, nah, yeah, let's do it. I'm happy to be here. And that's what I think you see with Arne Slot. So, anyway, I just want it sorting now. Don't know about you guys. I want it sorting. Like, if this is our manager, let's get on with it. Let's get behind him. Get rid of them fucking players that have down tools. And let's see what happens. But I don't know about you, but I'd be a bit surprised if they gave him a lot of money in his first season or whatever. I don't know about that one. Someone messaged me yesterday saying they'd been looking at some of his signings and known that this person was like, don't fucking fill me with much confidence. But I haven't, seen those signings. I don't know. And who he signed over there might be applicable for that league or whatever. And I read an article yesterday, a really, really, really long article, bigging him up. And then the last sentence was something about, but he hadn't done this yet, but he might do. And I was like, wow, that just killed the entire article, Oh, I don't know. Let's just get to fucking something. I'm sick of it, to be honest. To be honest with you, my mood right now, right, it's probably because of last night's game. My mood right now is, don't want to make any videos today. Don't want to do a live stream to talk about it all. Because I know that if we have a live stream today, that it'll just be all about last night, all about Arne Slot. Oh, it's underwhelming, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of in the mood where I'm like, I wish I could do something else today. And it's not even the summer, to be honest with you. Well, you know that. What I mean is this, the stress of the summer that comes. No, I think we're just going to have a shitty day, and that's just going to be the way that it is. All right. Sorry if I've dragged you down even further. I'm going to finish my tea. And I'm going to head to my desk now and see what we're going to talk about today. Keep an eye out for any notifications of live streams. We'll probably do one. But we'll see. I mean, I wanted to do a video after the game last night. I'll be honest with you, 5 minutes before the end of the game, I turned it off and turned my light off and went to sleep. I watched the first half in here. Second half I watched in bed. Because I'm an hour ahead of the UK. The hour does make a difference. And with about 5 minutes to go, I was like, do you know what, fuck this shit. And I went to sleep. Woke up this morning. The first thing I did was put the result on. But there you go. So yeah, I better go and do something. Please, if you appreciate the effort, give me a thumbs up. If you want to make me happy, and I really need to be happy today, please buy me a beer, not a coffee, through the super thanks button. Read the video description, but I don't know. I don't even know if you should leave a comment, because you're probably going to just be like me and go, fed up, dunk. But we can't carry on like this all fucking day. Let's get motivated and let's see if we can put something together and have some giggles or something at least. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you real soon.